Sorry about that, gang. Classic 2K20 crashing, so I guess we will not be seeing that tag team match here tonight. I think Los Lunos Fatales, they ended up getting distracted at catering, so they didn't make it to the match in time. So instead, we move on to our tertiary main event that is going to see the returning Brian Jacobson go one-on-one with Jaquan Shea. Still to come, we've got Kevin Lee versus Ashley Amel, the two losers of last week's first round matches in the CMV European Championship Tournament. One of them hoping to get back to their winning ways. In our main event, the question still looming: can Bob Luger find anyone in that locker room to help him out against God's chosen? Brian Jacobson, haven't seen him since Ascendant 7, where he took that devastating defeat to Pierre Thompson. Jacobson was hoping that a win against the big dog would launch him into a world championship opportunity, but instead he's taken these last few months to reinvent himself. Got a clean shade, rocking those dope-ass tights as always, though, and he stands face-to-face with none other than Jaquan Shea, who had a great season, becoming light heavyweight champion, the last ever light heavyweight champion, and then the very first ever Zero-G champion. This could very easily steal the show, blow the roof off the joint, if you will. Two workhorses, but very different styles. Brian Jacobson, I'd say, well-rounded, all aspects of the game he excels in. But can he keep up with the agility of Jaquan Shea, the speed, reflexes, and striking power that Shea has to offer, the former Anarchy champion as well, CMV veteran at this point? Jaquan Shea has made it very clear that this season he has plans to become world champion, win his first world title in his CMV career. He called out Chris Proudfoot on Twitter. Proudfoot wasn't so receptive to the challenge, though, saying he's got a lot to deal with right now, number one being Bob Luger, that Jaquan Shea should get in line and earn his opportunity. Shea said, okay, I'll do just that. Looking to start here against Brian Jacobson. Joined CMV last season, NGW, alongside TZ Mass. Once TZ decided to retire, though, Brian Jacobson, on his own, became a very prominent star on Supremacy. High-profile match against Pierre Thompson at the grandest stage of them all. That's why that loss hurt him so much. Had to retreat, dust himself off, but now he has returned, and he's got those same aspirations that Jaquan Shea does. Kick to the midsection, Shea setting up for what looks like a sit-out powerbomb. Nicely done indeed. Been quite a night so far. Both Chris Sullivan and Killian Red advancing in the European Championship Tournament. Got a count-out between Brett Curtis and Jay Young. It seems like Brett Curtis owed Jay Young money or something, the way they were going at each other. Forearm smash, Brian Jacobson getting back out of the ring, throws out a back elbow, and now a scoop slam. Jaquan Shea slides down behind, though, goes for a bicycle knee. Brian Jacobson with an inverted Alabama slam, and he's not done. Wait a minute, into a camel clutch. Brian Jacobson seems to have added some new maneuvers to his repertoire in his few months on the shelf. Oh, that psych out DDT by Shea, threatening a knife-edge chop. Jaquan Shea, vertical suplex. You never know when he can pull out that brain buster of his, though. Cartwheel moonsault. And Brian Jacobson works a lot better at a slower pace, and that's going to be a hard thing to accomplish in a match against Jaquan Shea, who thrives when things are going a million miles a minute, taunting Brian Jacobson, giving the Paragon of Virtue a little bit too much time. Now turns her around in the corner. Brian Jacobson has yet to hold gold in CMV. Oh my God! A leaping Frankensteiner. Can you expect anything less from Jaquan Shea when he's in that CMV ring. A cutter maybe. Brian Jacobson denies it. And we get a pump handle Uranagi. Brian Jacobson's, the way his brain works, the type of maneuvers he brings to the table, it's just things you don't see coming. Oh, eat defeat. Knocking a tooth or two loose. Shea not going to let anything stand in the way of him becoming #1 contender for that world championship. Another pump handle Uranagi. He may have no choice though. The POV of CMV looking to work his way back up to #1 contender status. Jacobson with a people's elbow. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. I don't know if the people are exactly behind Brian Jacobson. He's far from a fan favorite. These people know the type of shenanigans he likes to pull. Certainly far from a fair player, but might not mean nothing as he looks to take out Jaquan Shea. You know what they say. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Wait a minute! Brainbuster! Brainbuster! Brainbuster by Shea. Quickly into the pin. He hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh. Damn near got the 3. Just a millisecond to spare. Brian Jacobson keeps himself alive. This is a match that neither man wants to lose. I mean, of course, the superstar never wants to lose a match, but both these guys have made their intentions clear. They want the world championship. And you don't get to a world championship match by losing. Cranking the neck is Shea. Brian Jacobson, though, not going to make it easy for him. Shot to the liver. Goes for a Superman punch. Jaquan Shea, though, turns it into another sit-out powerbomb. Can barely stand at this point. Match starting to wear on Jaquan Shea. Gonna have to put this one away. Sooner rather than later, another vertical suplex. From the seated position, Jaquan Shea going back to that neck crank. Just doesn't seem to be having much luck with it, though. Brian Jacobson has the key to escape. Another punch to the midsection. Drops down behind the scoop slam attempt. Kicking the knee. What the hell? Oh my God. Jumping off the knee of Brian Jacobson. Jaquan Shea lands a picture-perfect crisp enziguri. Get an elbow drop to the lower back. Jaquan Shea, who's holding his ribs, up to that top rope. What is he looking for here? Caution to the win for an elbow drop. But Brian Jacobson kipping up, knocking Jaquan Shea for a loop. Now a couple of shoulder blocks. Jaquan sends him to the apron. I think Jaquan Shea thought that he had thrown Brian Jacobson to the outside, gotten himself a moment to breathe, but instead Jacobson off the top of the double axe handle, and then a big splash. Brian Jacobson, not the biggest man on the Supremacy roster, but that's still a lot of weight coming down on your sternum and ribs. Brian Jacobson, though, taken down with another suplex. Jaquan Shea showing how versatile he can be. Reels him in for a shoulder block again. Brian Jacobson, spine buster, one of the best spine busters in the entire wrestling game today. 1, 2, 3. And I knew when this match was announced that it was going to be one to see. A can't-miss event. And it has not disappointed so far. Brian Jacobson looking for the virtue signal, maybe. Jaquan Shea has done his homework. This is the first time these two are ever going one-on-one. Whoa, Jaquan Shea! You just can't take your eyes off this kid. If you do, you're liable to miss 5, 6, or 10 moves. The speed at which he competes. Oh, drop toe hold into the middle rope, guillotined. As Jacobson off the ropes delivers a knee right down onto the chest and a stomp to the face for good measure. Disrespect from the Paragon of Virtue as he lands an elbow to the upper back. And now with Shea on spaghetti legs, tries to go low, maybe finish him off for good. Elbow to shoulder. Shea with a dodgy drop kick, but got the job done. And if he can hit another brainbuster, this could be the beginning of Jaquan Shea's ascent to the top of the mountain. Oh, man! Turning that kick into a single knee gutbuster, though. All the air sucked out of Jaquan Shea as he gasps for breath. Brian Jacobson taking him down, trying to snap the arm clean in half. Jacobson, hands on his hips, looking around at these roaring fans in attendance. Jacobson, finger on the trigger, looking for the virtue signal again. Jaquan Shea evades. Drop kick to the back. Brian Jacobson hoping for refuge in the corner. I don't know if he's going to find it, though. Licking the palm. Jaquan Shea having himself a bit of fun. Oh, what a stomp. Right down onto the ribs, swaggering out of the corner. Jaquan Shea is full of himself. There's no denying that, but for good reason. I mean, it's hard to argue with Jaquan Shea when he says he's one of the best. But he's in that ring with another all-time great who's yet to really prove himself in CMV, but looking to do so this season. Kick to the gut. Jaquan Shea, super kick out of nowhere. Shades of Hall of Famer Paul Anderson with that one. Eyes in the back of his head. Jaquan Shea taking down Brian Jacobson. Crossface, crossface, crossface. Look at the torque. Look at him bending Brian Jacobson back, trying to rip his head damn near off. But Jacobson denies the submission. Able to roll through. Kick to the gut. The second kick gets caught. Jaquan Shea turns it into a German suplex. Kicks the knee. Oh, and this is vintage Jaquan Shea now. The Kiwi kicks with that last one right to the back of the head. Rolls him over. Center of the ring. 1, 2. What a match, man. This is exceeding my expectations. I already thought this was going to be match of the night. Going even beyond that as Jaquan Shea one more time looks for the brainbuster, but these two just have each other so well scouted. They must have spent the last week watching tape after tape. Wait a minute! Finally, Jacobson gets the virtue signal. 1, 2, 3. Brian Jacobson victorious. It was far from easy for the POB of CMV. Jaquan Shea came out here with his A+++ game, as did Jacobson, though, and the better man on this night. I highly doubt this will stop Jaquan Shea from chasing after that world title for years. He's been on the precipice of breaking that glass ceiling, but Brian Jacobson has the same goal in mind. He takes the step forward. Jaquan Shea going to have to find another way to the top, because Brian Jacobson might beat him there. Coming up next in our co-main event, it is the two superstars who fell out in the first round of the CMV European Championship tournament last week. Kevin Lee defeated by Bloody Justice, while Ashley Amell was bested by Gary Reed. And we now know the semifinals will take place next week. with Gary Reed meeting Bloody Justice, and the winners from tonight, Chris Sullivan facing Killian Red. The finals at Point Break to crown a new European champion. But for Lee and Amel tonight, it's all about getting back into their winning ways. Only one man can do so, though. The hypothetical Kung Fu practitioner versus the man who brings the thunder from down under. And still to come in our main event, who will join Bob Luger, if anyone, against God's Chosen in that 6-man tag team showdown. And you'll see that Kevin Lee is not alone. With him, none other than Master Fusion. Only some real CMV vets will know of him. We haven't seen him, over 3 years, almost 4 years. It may actually be 4 years when he used to accompany Hannibal to the ring. But now he has returned and is instead in the corner of Kevin Lee, the former 2-time World Tag Team Champion, taking on tag team competitor Ashley Amel, but with his partner Joaquin Hendricks still on the shelf due to injury. Amel continues to try to do his best in singles competition, hitting a freaking sit-out power bomb to the top rope. What are we, 30 seconds into this match? Okay, let's go. It seems like this match is on fast forward. Amel truly is just a sight to see in that ring, but he's at his best when he's got his best friend and tag team partner by his side. And he's tried competing as a single superstar since this season started, but it's just not panned out for him. Maybe we'll see that turn around here tonight as he's facing another superstar who, was at his peak. T and Lee in the morning, he and Tim LaFave dominating the tag team division years ago, but Kevin Lee made his return at Ascendance in the 4th annual Slick B Memorial Battle Royale. Last week, him and Bloody Justice having a hell of a hardcore showdown. Bloody Justice, the better man. Kevin Lee taking Ashley Amel out of the corner despite his best attempts to hang onto those ropes. A sit-out alley-oop bomb. It seems as though Master Fusion, who is going by Mr. Fusion now, it seems as though he's changed his suffix since the last time we've seen him. He's gone from a Master to a Mister. It seems as though he's attached himself to the ring via his beard. I'm not too sure how he accomplished that, but impressive nonetheless as we get a Death Valley driver from Ashley Amel. We know what Kevin Lee is going to try to do here, and that's kick Ashley Amel right in the back of the face. Amel's not looking to give him a chance, though, dominating these last few minutes. Double axe handle. Whammy! Knocking it out of the gosh darn park. They have baseball down in Australia? What do they play down there? Cricket or something? Not entirely sure, but Ashley Amel showing us all that he's got a hell of a swing as he clotheslines Kevin Lee out of the ring, over the top rope with a suicide dive. Kind of plancha combination. Referee begins his count as Kevin Lee gets chucked over into the corner. Let's just hope that Mr. Fusion keeps his mitts out of this match. Kevin Lee, enziguri. Says, get that shit out of here. Able to evade, but not the stomp to the quad. Rejects the forearm smash into a front headlock. Kevin Lee, pendulum backbreaker. Working that spine. Maybe Kevin Lee has fastened Mr. Fusion to the ring via his beard so he doesn't attempt to get involved at all. Kevin Lee fancies himself the master of the universe. One of the most lethal strikers in CMV history, but Amel managing to hold his own thus far. Irish whip right into those steel steps again. Fusion certainly got to be tempted to help out his client, but reserved. Amel flipping to his feet, sending Leah to the steps one more time. Count of 8. Amel doing his best to get Lee back into the ring, but the steps keep getting in his way. Lee says, enough, here, you do it. You see how it feels. Count of 11, Amel. Feeling good right now, but these two got to get back into the ring. We don't want another double count out tonight. 14, belly to belly suplex, sending Lee right overhead. If I were Amel, I'd just say, forget about it. Get into the ring. Getting the win by count out is better than a double count out. And Amel, the world-class athlete, what a guy, breaking the count. Could have easily taken the win right there, but opting to play it fair. Right off the steel post, that's the thanks he gets. Kevin Lee, no F's given. Amel, knowing that the longer these two stay at ringside, the more it's going to benefit someone like Kevin Lee. Knife edge chop sent back his way. Now we get a float over DDT. Count of 7 by the referee. 8 blocks the incoming punch. Forearm smash sent back his way. Deep arm drag right into those steel chairs. Keep Kevin Lee far away from those. Ashley Amel knocked loopy with that. A head kick and another pendulum backbreaker. Into the announce table now. I'm getting flashbacks to Bret Curtis versus Jay Young. 14. Another head kick has Amel napping. Double boot stop. Vintage Borton? No. Kevin Lee instead hoisting the dead weight of Ashley Amel up. Amel trying to snap out of it. Gets the kick to the chest. 17. Can Kevin Lee save us? No, Ashley Amel by the skin of his teeth. This match carries on. Enziguri, down goes Lee, and Amel looking for his first win as a singles competitor. Another Death Valley driver. That's not enough, though, for one half of Thunder from Down Under. Kevin Lee trying to come back to life with a shot to the liver. Ashley Amel's got him in hand. Into the corner we go. Kevin Lee says, not so fast. Elbows aplenty. Kick. Gonna separate the two again. Ooh, snapmare. Right into a head scissors and elbows. 1, 2, and 3. Back to back, Kevin Lee wipes the sweat from his face as he gets ready to kick Ashley Amel right in the back of the face. Oh, what a palm strike. And then the, oh, doesn't go for the pin. Wants to make a statement at the expense of Ashley Amel tonight, I guess. Sweeping Amel off his feet. Lets out a woo. Putting his karate skills on full display here. Kick to the ribs. Stomp to the hand. Kevin Lee having his way with Amel at the moment, but may backfire now. German suplex from the Australian-born Ashley Amel. Takes the hand. Hammerlock set up. Kevin Lee. Ooh, discus knee. Ashley Amel kipping right back up. Slapping the temples. Turning Kevin Lee around into A flatliner. Downward spiral for the hypothetical Kung Fu practitioner. Now looks for the 3, but only gets a 2. That's okay, though. Not going to deter him. Up to the top rope he goes, and with the quickness of Mel. Lee to his feet. Oh, Mel saying, gotcha, psych. Cut open with that elbow. 3 well-placed kicks to the back of the knee. Not quite the back of the face. Vertical suplex. Amel. The cheek of this kid. Kevin Lee ain't playing no more. Goes for a shot to the ribs. Another enziguri. Now Amel's thinking it's about time to wrap this one up. Again, we get the finger guns. Kevin Lee, perfect setup. Amel. Oh, with a whisper in the wind. 1, 2, 3. Using his entire body like a catapult. All that weight down across Lee's face and chest still doesn't keep him down for the 3. So Amel's got a little something left for the karate master. Irish whip from the corner. Kevin Lee reverses the momentum, though. Right overhead goes Amel off the ropes a million miles a minute. And again, elbow to the chest. And these fans are on their feet, rallying behind. Thunder from down under, baby. Ooh! Drilling Kevin Lee with that fisherman's driver. And good and nice, sweet Prince. Actually, no, looking around like, yeah. You ain't kicking out of that one. Freaking obliterating Lee. Whew. Mamma mia. Hard-fought contest. Ashley now getting his first victory as a singles competitor and defeated Lee. Heading to the back. Can he keep up with these kids that rule CMV now? Maybe past his prime. Bob Luger last week, after defeating the right hand of the right hand, Mr. Slate's Bram Miller, said that he deserves a shot at Chris Proudfoot's undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Not 1 but 2 victories over Proudfoot in recent months, beating him for the International Championship at Battle Scars 5, and then again in the main event of Shake Up in their No Holds Barred showdown. Mr. Slate said, I'll tell you what, Bob Luger, I'll do you one better. I'll give you Chris Proudfoot and the rest of God's Chosen in a 6-man tag team match. I'll let you pick your partners, Mr. Slate, knowing very well that Bob Luger does not have a lot of friends in that locker room. And all of CMV, after everything that he did, standing by Mr. Slate, formerly Xander Slate, as a part of the clique. So was Bob Luger able to find himself any partners? He was able to find himself a partner. So not 2, but at least going to have Quantum by his side. Last week, Quantum went one-on-one with Chris Proudfoot. You'll remember the first Supremacy of the season. And in the end, Proudfoot defeated him after throwing just about everything, including the kitchen sink, at the Future Man. So Bob Luger finds himself still at a disadvantage, he and Quantum, versus God's Chosen in this 2-on-3 handicap match. And this is exactly what Mr. Slate wanted. I'm sure he's not happy that even Quantum is out there. He didn't think anybody would be willing to lift a finger to help the work ethic titan. Bob Luger's got to be happy to at least have some help, though, in the form of Quantum, although I'm sure Quantum's out here for his own gain, and that's to get back at Chris Proudfoot before last week. Enemy of my enemy. Bob Luger going to start things off here against Braxton Sutter. He and Joey Diaz, the current unified world tag team champions, looking to evade the tower. European uppercut doesn't seem to do much of anything. Back body drop, down goes Braxton Sutter. Bob Luger, at a count of 6, going to send the big man back into the ring. Bob Luger's got his back against the wall. He's not only having to worry about Chris Proudfoot and the rest of God's Chosen, has to worry about Mr. Slate and this unholy alliance between he and Tailcoat Val. Really a war on all sides. Luger standing alone, but not tonight. Snapmare Luger. Big kick to the back. This is the price that Luger unfortunately has to pay. He may be a changed man, but that doesn't erase his past. Everything that he did as a member of Click. Falling fish drop from the top rope, floats over into a cover, but only getting a 1 count. A lot of people in the locker room that remember Bob Luger's reign of tyranny. The lengths at which he was willing to go. Careers that he's shortened, careers that he's ended. Nobody in that locker room willing to fight by his side. I don't know if Luger even tried. He knows. Bob Luger knows he's got a lot of things to make up for. But Quantum coming out here tonight when he damn well didn't have to. Because he wants a piece of Chris Proudfoot too. Look at Braxton Sutter stalling a butterfly suplex, letting the blood rush to the head of the work ethic titan. Sutter, man, the size of this behemoth. Tell Chris Proudfoot this much. He knows how to pick him. The undisputed world heavyweight champion. Did Sutter just go for a drop kick? Yeah, that's where he went wrong. Bob Luger able to catch him. European uppercut, Sutter. Knockdown onto his ass, and as this is a handicap match, that means Bob Luger and Quantum, they can tag in and out, but that's still at the disadvantage against God's Chosen. We all know about that numbers game. More often than not, it pays off. That's exactly what Chris Proudfoot wants. And that's exactly what Mr. Slate wants. Though, again, I'm sure Slate was expecting a 1-on-3 handicap match here at our main event. Quantum may have just crossed the boss in his attempt to get closer to that world championship. Ooh, on the... This is going to hurt, yeah. 300 pounds right across the stomach. Could have very well just crushed all of the vital organs in Bob Luger's body. Just look at what happened last week, though. You may be seeing this match right now saying there's no way in hell Bob Luger and Quantum stand a chance. But last week, Bob Luger got beaten down by Mr. Slate and Tailcoat Val's arsenal. Bloody Justice, Jared Leon, Subject Zero, and that very same night, he came back down to the ring, and he overcame Brand Miller despite the distractions of Mr. Slate, Tailcoat Val, and Zero at ringside. So don't tell me for a second that Luger doesn't have a chance here, because he does. He always has a chance. He wants that world championship, and he's not going to let Mr. Slate's mission for revenge get in the way of that. Count of 6, Bob Luger. Doing his best to put a lid on Sutter right now. Not the first time that Quantum and Sutter have crossed paths either. Part of that Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title match at Battle Scars 5-10 last season. Kick to the jaw, Bob Luger. Oh! Wait a minute! Wait a minute. No. Don't know why that happened, but can't be so. They have it to the count of 20. The referee messed up there. They have it to the count of 20 to get back into the ring. An honest mistake by the referee, but these guys going to get back into the ring, and this one going to restart. Should not have happened. The referee at fault, but let's take it easy on him. He's a new ref, okay? He's no Murphy. He's no Poe. So let's take it easy on the guy. He didn't know the rules. He's being given a second chance. The match restarted. These guys back into the ring. Luger and Sutter going right back at it. And Luger taking Braxton Sutter immediately to Suplex City. Jeez Louise. Let's not forget that Sutter stands at 7 feet tall and 300 pounds. Luger just throwing him around the ring like a rag doll. Exactly. He's no picture of perfection when it comes to referees like Murphy, okay? This referee, whose name is Jackson, referee Jackson, just starting out this season. So we'll give him a pass this one time, but hopefully he learns the rules. Snake eyes off that top turnbuckle. Luger responds with an elbow to the side of the head. Taking him down via the arm. Ooh, and that seemed to really hurt Sutter. So Luger's going to go after it. See, that's how quickly Luger just adapts. As soon as he sees a sign of weakness, just on it, like a monkey on a cupcake. Look at how he beat Brad Miller last week. It was via that rolling arm bar. So, and look at it, man. This is why I am a Bob Luger fan. Just expert execution in everything he does in that squared circle. Hammerlock scoop slam followed up with a... Hell is this? Oh, the shoulder breaker! Yay, yay, yay! That is a scary looking move. And neither man making a tag so far. Bob Luger got to be thankful to even have Quantum standing in his corner, though. I know I would be if I were in his shoes, going up to that top rope. But Luger is a headstrong man. Never one to ask for help. Oh, but he's not stupid either. Misses that second falling fish drop and nearly slides out of the ring as Sutter right back on it. Not missing a step as he drags Luger towards the center of the ring. Got to be the goal here if God's chosen to keep Bob Luger isolated, not let him tag out to Quantum. That match between Quantum and Chris Proudfoot last week in the main event of Supremacy, man. Chris Proudfoot had to do absolutely everything to keep Quantum down. He does not want to have to repeat that process. That's exactly why Quantum's out here, though. Bob Luger and Quantum have crossed paths themselves last season as a part of Unmatched. And not letting the past get in the way of the future. Let's see what I did there. Bob Luger, European uppercut, toppling the tower. Both Chris Proudfoot and Joey Diaz looking for tags. Neither able to do so, however. Now Sutter. He's right there. It looks like Luger's going to let him make the tag. Here comes Joey Diaz. Bob Luger looking to lure him to the outside, maybe. Or not. Just taking a quick breather. There we go. Let's hope that the ref doesn't make another mistake. Joey Diaz taking down Luger, and he is very excited about it.
2.
Count of 2. Bob Luger not in a place that he wants to be right now. Dragon suplex landing on his neck. Might as well be on concrete. Those pads, so thin. Really may as well not be there. Back into the ring at the count of 5. Thankfully, we won't have to find out if this ref has learned the rules or not. And just like Braxton Sutter, Joey Diaz going to take a trip to Suplex City. Not 1, not 2, but 3 German suplexes. Won't find a better one out there in the wrestling world. Luger with a chicken wing crossface, mixing it up a little bit. I think he's grabbing Joey Diaz's beard, the hot commodity. Gotten a bit of hot water at the start of this season with Chris Proudfoot. But but now is trying to dispel his sinful ways and return to the light of God. Chris Proudfoot stripped him of his half of the tag team titles because he was acting up. But now it seems he has fallen back in line as Bob Luger wails on him. 10 count. Straight punches to the forehead. Diaz in a lump falling to the canvas. Bob Luger has yet to even sniff Quantum's direction. Is he going to pull a Shea Hoxton from earlier tonight and refuse to make the tag? Like I said, Bob Luger is headstrong. He's never going to ask for help. Him against the world, his back against the wall. Really, he thrives in that type of situation. But needs to learn when to accept the hand of another. And here we go. Hot tag. Just when he needs it most. The Future Man coming in. And a super kick is what he gets immediately. Quantum pulled up to his feet, has a clothesline waiting for Diaz, and a big old kick to the back as well. Quantum, hang on a minute, going old school with the package pile driver, to which Diaz responds, hot tagging Braxton Sutter. Out of instinct, he's like, nope, I'm dead. Sutter coming in, Quantum laying him to rest with a float over DDT. And there's the time stamp. You know, Quantum is still thinking about that loss last week. That's what's driving him right now. He is tearing apart God's chosen one by one. Proudfoot looking on in fear from the apron. He does not want any piece of that. Kicking the, excuse my language, shite out of Braxton Sutter, quite literally. Clotheslines him right out of the ring. And now just telling him, come on, boy. Was you napping? This ain't over yet. Joey Diaz coming in. Nobody's waiting for him, though. Sutter, face smacked off the apron. There goes the big man into the ring. Quantum on his tail. And just kicks him right up the poop chute. Former unmatched world champion Quantum. He's got eyes for that undisputed title wrapped around Proudfoot's waist. A championship he spent the better part of 5 years chasing after. It's a part of the first ever ascendance. Opportunity after opportunity. That world championship always passing him by. Always another man to step into the limelight. Quantum says this season will be his. We all know he's the future man. He knows what comes next. Kicks, dude. Just having a ball. Letting loose. Braxton Sutter cannot keep up. Bicycle knee, has the jaw hanging on by a thread, and another package pile driver. And much like Joey Diaz getting the hell out of there, here we go. The rematch from last week. Chris Proudfoot coming in right into a snap power slam. Vintage Quantum. Kick to the gut. Brain buster down onto the knee. Right into the pin. Shades of Braxton Sutter. One. God's chosen to be beaten with their own maneuver. No, not so fast. Joey Diaz keeping a close eye on his leader, the man of God. Current CMV undisputed world heavyweight champion. Off the ropes he goes. Nice knee. Slicing Quantum right down the bridge of the nose. Going after the arm now. Quantum taken down on one knee. Proudfoot leaving his midsection exposed. Quick to go after it with a trio of punches. Oh, Hadouken! To the heart of Chris Proudfoot. Double palm strike, and the champion just narrowly escaping that pin. Popping back up. They're going to take Quantum down from behind. They get another brainbuster down onto the knee. And into the corner he goes. Quantum looking for a timestamp, looking for a 24th punch. You never know. Only he knows. Kick to the gut, trying to keep Quantum off of him. Desperate to do so. What up, Hellish? Oh! Side effect! Side effect! Side effect by Proudfoot. One of the many maneuvers that Quantum felt the sting of last week. As I said before, it took everything that Proudfoot had to offer to keep Quantum down last week. Super kick to the knee. Oh, you can't see me! Indeed, the rate at which Quantum is moving, it's hard to see him coming. Up on the shoulders, Braxton Sutter's massive fucking frame is in the way. I can't see. They need to move from in front of him. Hard to tell what's happening. How big this guy is. This is indeed the main event, Hellish. You've missed, well, everything. Crossfire was earlier as well, so make sure you check that out. Had a cheeky double today. Bob Luger tasked with finding himself two partners to take on God's Chosen. Unable to do so, but Quantum coming to his aid. Members game of God's Chosen, though. Still taking its toll. Snapping the knee off to the side. And Chris Proudfoot hucking Quantum back into the ring. And there's the hot tag that Bob Luger's had himself a good enough time to recuperate. Slings himself at Proudfoot. Saying Proudfoot wants the rematch with Bob Luger. When challenged by Jaquan Shea on Twitter, Chris Proudfoot said, I gotta worry about Bob Luger right now. Say what you will about Proudfoot, but he's willing to put his championship on the line against Bob Luger. Twice Luger has beaten him in recent months, and that's something that's like a thorn in the side of Proudfoot. He hates that Luger's gotten the better of him twice, and he wants to prove that he's world champion for a reason. Whether or not Mr. Slate will give Luger that match, I don't know. But at least right now, Luger is coming to get him some, baby. Luger landing! Luger landing! Will it be a third time that Luger pins the champ? 1, 2! No! Proudfoot says not tonight. And only through the power of God he rises again. Right into an Irish whip. Yeah, he didn't defend the championship on Crossfire, so he's still champion. Wait a minute, what is Luger doing here? I have never seen him do that before. Going to the top rope, looking to rip Proudfoot's arm clean off. Grabbing Proudfoot by the sides of the head, jawbreaker, sends him stumbling backwards, and that's all the room Proudfoot needs. Neckbreaker, but Luger bouncing right back up. Not one to stay down for very long. Hammerlock, elbow from Proudfoot. Out of the corner he comes. Irish whip to the far side of the ring. Oh, we've seen this many a time from Chris Proudfoot. Setting Luger up, saying what up to Quantum. Can't get involved unless he risks a disqualification. This matchup's already been restarted once. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Chris Proudfoot goes coast to coast, and that's how he defeated Quantum last week. But not enough for Bob Luger. Proudfoot knows God's arrow from the quiver. 1, 2, but Bob Luger, as he does, digging down deep, 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 deep. And even if he wasn't able to kick out on his own, Quantum was quick in the ring, ready to break it up at a moment's notice. Bob Luger taking Proudfoot for a ride. The Coney Island Cyclone runs into the pin. desperate to get this one over with. He knows the longer it goes, the worse his chances are. Quantum keeping Joey Diaz from interfering. That numbers game is looming. A bicycle lariat that Bob Luger attempted there. What a punch. That just cleaned Luger's clock. Knocked him silly. Snake eyes, Proudfoot. Not looking too hot right now, Bob Luger. Taking a shot to the ribs. Chris Proudfoot close. Another God's arrow out of nowhere. 1, 2. But Luger again. Can Chris Proudfoot beat Bob Luger? That's the question, really, isn't it? Is it possible for Chris Proudfoot to defeat Bob Luger, even in a tag team match, where he's got the advantage? 2 on 3. Clothesline, calf kick combination coming together neatly. Side effect deployed. Hooks the leg saying, please, God, let that be enough. But Quantum this time is the factor. Proudfoot, hands on his head. He's beginning to wonder. He's got to pray to God. He's got to do something. Luger taking the arm, forearm smash, busting him open. Blood trickling from the work ethic Titan now. Turns him around in the corner, perhaps again looking for the coast to coast. Puts him in the tree of woe. Oh, no. Wait a minute. He is going for the coast to coast. Watch out, Braxton Sutter. Give the man some room to work. Bob Luger trying desperately to unhook himself. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Chris Proudfoot again goes coast to coast. Double boots to the head. And Luger is out. As the fans chant, this is awesome. Hooking the leg. 1, 2, 3. Chris Proudfoot finally pinned Bob Luger. Although there's going to be a big old asterisk next to this one. Bob Luger tasked with finding himself 2 tag team partners to take on God's chosen. Nobody willing to step up besides Quantum, though, and the 2 fought. They gave it their all, but the numbers game in the end always wins. God's chosen coming out on top. Ooh, a nice replay there. Chris Proudfoot proving tonight that he can defeat Bob Luger. But can he do it one-on-one? And will he even have the chance to do it? That's all up to Mr. Slate. But for now, once again, the show closes with God's chosen standing tall. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in and watching along with me. Cheeky double today. I am quite worn out, but we will be back next week, hopefully on schedule. As I said, the next few weeks, it's iffy. Crossfire, maybe on Monday, maybe on Tuesday, maybe on Wednesday, maybe on Thursday. I don't know, but Supremacy will definitely be on Friday every week. I know I can do that on time at least. Hopefully not another double next week. Try my best. But if you are interested in perhaps joining CMB, exclamation point Discord, exclamation point Twitter, and the chat will give you links to our social media. You are more than welcome, and I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I will see you when I see you. Bye.